Well, the U.S. armed conflict in Iraq started decades ago with the liberation of Kuwait, and now one local man watches the news of the continued conflict in the region and remembers being there when it all started.
On this week's Veterans Voice, 13 Action News reporter Leah Pezzetti shares the story of a man who was in Iraq in the early 90s, part of a team responsible for the first cell network in the area.
It was 1990 when Chris Ashby, known by his friends as Warrior, joined the Army.
The Gulf War was, of course, the first major conflict that we had in the area.
He was part of a team that brought the first cell network to Desert Storm.
When I was talking to the recruiter, they told me that I could be a plumber or I could be a telephone guy. And I said, I don't want to be plunging toilets.
This job would eventually become his career. He still works in the phone industry, but his 4 years in the Army brought major pride and incredible life lessons.
It was supposed to be devastating, and we flat out were told that 60% of us would not make it back. Regardless of what you think could happen to you, you have to step up and do the right thing.
He says back then, the contact with the Iraqi people was different.
When we first invaded and went into Iraq, you know, the first sets of troops that we landed on and we came up upon were just basically begging for food. They're walking around in the desert with bare feet. At first, we would laugh at them because we were like, yes, you know, we beat you, we got you. But then after the second day of it, you just start feeling pity for them. And you start seeing how hard their life is and how good we have it.
Life lessons that he carries with him now, proud to live in a place where most don't feel those struggles.
We get to choose who leads us. And maybe you didn't vote for this last person, maybe you didn't vote for the person before that. But regardless, you're still going to work. You're still living a life. You know, we're not living like these people in these other countries.
He's been able to live a happy life with a wife, kids, and successful job that all started in the desert. Leah Pezzetti, 13 Action News.
Chris is a pretty impressive guy, and we want to thank him for his service. And Veterans Voice is sponsored by Lexus of Las Vegas and Lexus of Henderson.
If you have a veteran who should be featured on our weekly series about our heroes, go ahead and email veteransvoice@ktnv.com.